I just want to acknowledge that we are presenting from a number of different lands, and you probably already have, and I just want to acknowledge on Larrakia country. And welcome everyone to this webinar from a Northern Territory perspective. So I'm the Director of the Northern Territory program, the MD here in the NT. And Flinders has had a very long association with the Northern Territory of Australia since really back in 1998 when we started with clinical placement learning here. And our relationships have been developed, and we've developed partnerships across clinical placements in our very diverse geography, which I welcome sort of the opportunity to really talk a little about. And Wealthy and Camille are online, and both have recently started in the program in Darwin. And I think I don't want to take up too much time because I think Wealthy and Camille's experience is really important for people to hear. So I guess the first thing I would say is that our program is very, very unique in Australia. We have a history in Australia of colonialism that has impacted incredibly traumatically on Indigenous people, First Nations people in our country. And the Northern Territory population includes around about 26-27% in the last census Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in our jurisdiction. The further out from the capital city of Darwin that you go, the more populous the First Nations people are within the community setting. So the real motivator for Flinders and the Northern Territory government to have a partnership, to have a program here, is to train doctors for the very diverse setting that we experience. And welcoming international students into this is really exciting because it expands our opportunity to help international students to grow and develop medical training skills that are very diversely helpful from a number of different angles. And I think the embedded population of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people and the health issues that are experienced here creates a really fabulous environment for learning medicine. That environment is experienced in our program in third year and fourth year really powerfully, because third year and fourth year are when this whole of your learning is based within clinical placement. And our program has a generalist structure which will prepare you to be able to spend a semester working in the community setting, which will not just be about Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community, it will be about the diverse cross-section of community, but it will allow you opportunity to work in a general practice and family medicine environment. And that focus is about building relationships with patients. It's about consultation skill development, and it is hand-in-hand professional plus personal development. So we care very much that our students grow in an environment that is, while challenging, is well supported and about meeting your individual needs. It is very, very true, and our students experience it every day, that your learning sits on the cusp, on the edge of where you feel comfortable. And so we are very practiced here in helping people to establish strategies and to navigate that challenging area of where we don't know enough and we want to know more, but we're not quite sure how to do that. So that's third year and fourth year, which we have a very strong engagement in community, but we also have a very strong generalist foundational hospital experience where all students will experience medicine, surgery, psychiatry, paediatrics and obstetrics and gynecology within the generalist hospital exposure. And our hospitals, so Darwin Hospital has up to 300 beds. Alice Springs is the next biggest, and the hospital has around 150 max. I'm guessing a little bit on the Alice Springs level. But what I wanted to illustrate is that even we have 3 other hospitals in the territory, and they number about 30 beds each. So the illustration really is of how integrated learning and teaching is within the clinical domain in the Northern Territory, because our workforce is quite stretched, and so students become very quickly part of the team. And we work in multidisciplinary teams in these environments. And so your opportunity to learn here is really powerfully in amongst the primary care environment plus the hospital environment with allied health and nursing and Aboriginal health practitioners. So to come back to first and second year, we recognise, and our clinicians who look after you in your clinical placements across the Territory have given us lots of feedback about the importance of building your knowledge and skills in first and second year so that you're ready for that environment, which is really interesting, sometimes very challenging, and a really good foundation for how to learn medicine. And so our team of academics in first and second year are engaging with clinicians as well to deliver an integrated program that Maxine's already illustrated, which really helps you to dive deep into the first principles behind what makes someone unwell, how to understand the pathophysiology and pathology of the illnesses and diseases that people present with, and really illustrating with case material the reality of why understanding that depth of knowledge is so important. And what we have is quite a unique situation of sort of 30 to 40 students in each cohort, and with our gradually increasing international program, we'll go up to about 48. So that's a very unique environment to be learning in as well, which offers opportunity to learn in a peer group that is really encouraged to be supportive, because we know that everybody's success is much better when you work together. So our program is very focused on ensuring we do as best we can to nurture their relationships between students. And we have a fairly informal but fun environment with the smallness of that. So I'll let Camille and Wealthy talk a little bit more about the experience of actually being in first year. And I'm sure there's some more that we need to say about the local environment of Darwin and what it offers. And so I'll finish with just a little bit of colour. I also studied medicine at Flinders. I'm a general practitioner. I work in a private general practice within the Darwin region, which also has students. So we've got registrars training in general practice, we've got students. And my family's all grown up here. And I came here as a budding, ready junior doctor, and fell in love with the vibrant activity here, the vibrancy of multicultural life. We have markets with all the Asian vegetables and greens you could possibly imagine. We have heaps of rain in the wet season. We have a humidity which Wealthy and Camille understand and landed in at the beginning of the year, which is second to none. And we all look forward to the rain. And we have a fabulous dry season, which we're in at the moment, which we had 16 degrees as our lowest temperature for a long time last night. So, apart from the vibrancy, we also have the most amazing diversity of ecology and native wildlife. In my backyard in the middle of Darwin, we have monitor lizards. I have a snake. I have a picture just from last week of a snake eating a lizard that it had caught in garden, and it's sitting underneath my son's bedroom. So he was a little bit upset by that. But it's a slaty grey that we've seen, and our dog really loves to tease, and he lives in our house. We do not have crocodiles in the main street, but we do have crocodiles at the beach. And so there's a lot to learn about how to enjoy the native and wildlife, but stay safe. So it's a really fantastic place to be. We'd love to see anyone interested in learning the depth and excitement of what it is to be a doctor.